Okay, so quick introduction into the web approach for producing schedules of quantities. What we have here on screen is not a 3D model that's been supplied to us by the architect or the engineer, although those are always beneficial to have. But this is actually a QS generated 3D model, a VDC model, virtual design construction. What that means is rather than just simply measure off 2D drawings, PDF that would typically be supplied to us, what we've been able to do is bring in those PDFs into a 3D environment and actually build upon them, as you can see here, and bring all of those pieces of information together from the various PDFs into one source of truth. Now, the reason we do that is because it allows us to identify where there may be information gaps. If we are working at a very early stage with preliminary concept design drawings, we can fill in the gaps. So we don't just have to rely on the information's not there. We're going to use generic meter squared rates. We actually see where the gaps are and make recommendations on appropriate allowances for different materials that fit within your budget. That is an approach that works incredibly well and is very unique to our workflow for those early stage concepts. But for the later stages, such as this project, which was actually put together for a builder for a labor only estimate for the construction of this residential project, or for those larger commercial projects where there's just so many drawings, we're talking hundreds of individual PDF drawings for structural and architectural. This 3D environment workflow cuts through that and allows us just to assemble the information again into one single source of truth, so we can produce those schedules of quantities in Excel and PDF that you expect, but it can all be related back to the source of measurement, which isn't 2D takeoff, although we do use elements of that, but is a 3D visualization of what we've worked through, what specification we've relied on, what assumptions we have made. This is on a browser at the moment. Now we work obviously on a CAD software on desktop. The reason I'm showing you this on browser is because we actually share these models with you to give you context for what is actually in the SOQ. So generally, if a 3D model has been shared from a BIM source, from the likes of your structural engineer, it's not going to be as simple to navigate, to turn off the roof, view the walls, inspect what has been used. Is it Villa board or Aqualine in the wet areas? Here you can do all of that. The navigation is simple, not just for the design team, but for everyone involved, whether it be the builder or the client. They're able to jump on screen, no software required, and see these 3D models. So when they're reading the documentation, the full cost analysis that we've produced, they can see where the numbers are coming from.